I didn't know I could add modifiers. Does that mean I'm
extra reading?
Extra
reading hard?
Wait, you have a whole spreadsheet of all the books?
Yeah. And then we'll both go, oh God, that was awful. No, I'm just Hi everyone, welcome back to Espresso Shots and Epic Plots. I'm Genevieve.
And I'm her mom, Diana.
Today, my mom and I are gonna go through some bookish hot takes. She doesn't know what any of them are, so she has to give me her impromptu, in the moment response to some of the internet's most controversial topics related to bookish things.
Okay. We're not keeping score for anything.
There's no score, there's no points. You automatically are a winner.
Okay, I like it.
Let's get into it. So the first set of hot takes, it says warm-up hot takes.
Okay,
so this is some
a practice round.
Introduction. You still have to have an opinion.
Okay.
So first, bookish hot take, audiobooks count as reading.
Audiobooks count
as reading.
Well, you know my answer. Oh,
okay.
Surprise.
Yeah.
I didn't know I could add modifiers.
It's a range.
Okay.
Strongly agree. That's what I assumed she would say. I also
This is an argument that Don and I always have.
He is the one person that is always like, audiobooks don't count, says the man who
no, it's like I'll tell
reads.
somebody, I'm reading that too. And he always goes, oh, she's listening to it. Like,
and how many books has he read?
Exactly.
Why do you think people think it doesn't count?
I have no idea.
I know, neither do I.
Other than apparently it's all in effort and it's more effortless to listen than to read.
So reading should feel like a chore?
However, yes. However, if you're blind, then apparently you're incapable of reading a book. I don't know.
You can only,
but since I'm not blind, I'm not exercising my eyes enough. You know, I'm going to ask them.
I think you should.
I think we should find out why these people
say that,
feel like because you're right. Reading should not be a chore. And if you can make it more chore-free, I could get a book in a whole different lanage and try and decipher it. Does that mean I'm extra
reading hard?
Exactly.
You get the idea now? That was a warm-up.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I get that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I need to stop putting the cap on the marker. I know, they're hard, aren't they?
They're new.
They're not new, they're just not used much.
They don't smell that good.
Did you just sniff the marker?
I did. Sometimes they're fruity flavored.
These are not fruity flavored. Second bookish hot take. It's okay to DNF a book after one chapter. Feel free to add modifiers, as you called them.
What are they? If it's not a modifier, is it
it's an adjective because it's describing. Wait, this is agreeing or disagreeing a verb, and then it would be an adverb. I teach science.
If any of you out there are English teachers, can you please let us know?
Dangling participle.
Okay, ready?
What'd you say?
Lightly disagree.
I said slightly disagree.
I could have put an S in front. Twinsies.
Okay, I know why I said lightly disagree. Why did you say?
Because, well, I mean, anybody can DNF for whatever reason they want. I'm not going to judge them. If you're only giving the book one chapter, and I'm assuming it's a regular sized chapter, not like a...
That was why I wrote slightly, because if it's a really long first chapter,
I mean, it
then...
could be, but I'm assuming it's an average size first chapter, and it's just not really given the book a chance. It's like listening to a song and deciding you dislike it before you even get to the chorus.
Yeah. So I did a video where I pulled like 18 books that I own, and for some of them I read 10% of the book, like I did some math.
I remember that video.
And then for some I read the first 2 chapters, and then for some of them I read 50 pages. Like it didn't matter where it was in the chapter. I didn't really find a big difference between it, but it determined whether or not I was going to keep the book or get rid of it, because these were ones I had already purchased. So like if I go to the library or if I go to the bookstore and I can't decide if I want a book, and I read a chapter and then I decide that I don't want to buy that, that's kind of like DNFing it.
Yeah,
that's kind of
that's
where
why
I was,
said lightly.
Yeah, because it'd be the same at the library. Like if I was going to the library and I was like, oh, am I interested in this? And I read some of it.
I think it more comes down to, and that wasn't the question, maybe this will be another question, but is it fair to rate a book that you DNF'd after one chapter? That one I would have to say my answer holds. That it is not fair to do that. But you can DNF for whatever reason you want. I mean, you might just get too busy and not finish it.
That's what we call a soft DNF.
A soft DNF.
And then you come back to it later.
See, that was a bookish term.
I know. I got to start accumulating some more for a round 3. Here's our next one. A 3-star rating is a good rating. Typically, it's out of 5. So if you give a book a 3-star rating, that's a good rating. I definitely wrote a lot.
Okay, ready? Yes. What did you say? Personally, yes.
GR is Goodreads.
Okay, on Goodreads now. I said
Sort of disagree, maybe. She's also like this at restaurants. No, I'm just kidding.
Well,
Okay.
I think because I'm not as into Goodreads as you are,
Right.
most of my ratings are from Amazon.
Okay.
The ones that I follow. And
Got it.
in Amazon, you click 4 stars or higher for something. A 3-star thing is...
And that's because you've had like a ton of people rate it. And that's kind of the same on Goodreads. But what about you personally? Like if you bought an item.
Yeah, see, me
read a book.
personally, I'm either overly generous. We were just talking about this. It would have to be a really, really, really bad book. And then I'm probably going to be 1 star, 4 star, or 5 star.
So
I don't
3
know.
is like, there's no 3. It's either a 1 or a 2 because it's bad, or it's a 4.
It'll be a 1.
Okay, it'll be a 1.
I can't even think of a reason for a 2.
A 2, okay.
Yeah, it's either going to be really bad.
Or something?
No,
Okay.
because if I didn't respect the author enough to give him a 4 star,
okay.
I'm not going to give
so
money.
basically 2s and 3s don't really
they don't really.
Okay,
yeah, that's just me though.
So I said, for me personally, I've definitely read books that I gave 3s that I was like, not mad that I read it. Yeah, that's, or, you know, I'm not annoyed. But sometimes the review, like the ones in the middle are almost the most annoying because it's like, if it had just done this one thing, it could have been like a 4.
See, that'd be my 4 star.
Okay.
If I can think of that one more thing that would have made it that much better, then it gets a 4 star.
Okay.
Or if I just really, really enjoyed it and it
5.
was great how it was, then it's a 5 star. And if I really, really disliked it for whatever reason, it's a 1 star.
Yeah.
The 2 and 3 is superfluous.
Definitely on Goodreads. I am learning, because obviously, you know, ratings only mean so much. I'm learning that stuff that's highly rated, don't always trust that for yourself personally. But typically, if it's low rated,
it's bad.
There's a reason for it. So I'm currently reading
nobody
a
goes
low-rated
looking
book.
for that 2-star restaurant.
Yeah, that's true. Well, unless they're 2 Michelin stars, then you want
Well,
one of
yeah,
those.
that's true.
We're talking about books, though.
Yes.
Those were our warm-ups.
Okay. They're going to get more difficult?
I guess. I don't know, whatever difficult means. More opinionated. So now we're going to look at things related to book buying. Owning unread books isn't a problem. It's a hobby. I'm going to feel personally attacked, I think.
Ready?
Agree. And
great decor.
Oh, and they're great decor. They can be like a good table book, a coffee table
the
book.
house you grew up in.
That's true.
Had lots of books for decor.
That's true, we did. I agree. I think I almost wrote strongly agree, but I went with agree.
Why would you own books you already read? I mean, what do you go buy the book right before you read it?
Some people get the book from the library, read it, and then decide they really like it, so they buy it after they've already read it.
Okay, see, I find that more questionable, but
I worry about like overconsumption and am I ever gonna read all of these? But I heard somebody, I think his name's Mike, he's a booktuber, he's like, no, I don't care about how many, I don't do book buying bans. He's like, they're books, they're not gonna go bad.
Right.
You know, like you can always, they're always there, you can always pick them up, you can pass them on to people.
For example, say one day a news article goes out and says, there is a pandemic going on, we all must stay at home.
Yeah.
This is pre-Netflix.
Also true.
I have a way to entertain myself for a very long time.
If the internet goes out for a couple days, guess what? You don't need internet to read books.
I have books in my car. I have books in my desk.
Yeah.
Or did when I had a desk.
When you had a
but
desk,
anyway,
yeah.
I can never have too many books.
Thought I was going to be personally attacked there. I do stress about whether or not I will
worry
read.
You have a problem, but
worst problems I could have.
That's what I tell myself.
Oh, okay. Well, it's okay to buy books you already own in another edition. It's okay to buy books you already own another edition.
What do you mean by okay? It's not.
It's acceptable.
Lots of things are acceptable.
Your opinion. This is your opinion.
Oh. All right. Well, although I probably have done this before.
Weird and just why. I said meh. I almost said weird too.
I mean, I kind of get the pretty books, but then if I got the pretty books, I would get rid of the other one.
Yeah, that's why I said it depends. Like
unless it was like a classic signed by the author kind of book that you wanted to have that as a display and not touch it.
Yeah.
But you wanted to read it,
right?
Then yeah, you could have multiple editions. But otherwise, it's the same book,
right?
Is it not? Is it ever a different book?
I mean, sometimes they'll have an extra bonus chapter in them or something, but not I guess like
in that case, like in the movies where the it's the director's cut or whatever.
Yeah. But the actual book is usually
if it's just the actual book, then I just...
Yeah,
What's your thinking?
I mean,
I
no,
know
it's
you do this, don't
the
you?
same. No, if I buy another edition, I get rid of the other one.
Okay.
So I've done that where I bought a pretty book and got rid of the paperback, like the first one that I bought. And I try to just buy, like, if there's a pretty one, I just try to buy the pretty one if that's what I want, unless I don't think it's pretty. I don't understand when people have 4 or 5 copies of the same book. Like, I've seen different versions of Babel. All these different book boxes have done different versions of it, and people collect all of the versions of it. And I'm kind of like, oh, I would just.
I mean,
pick
that
my
sounds more
favorite.
like a collection option than an actual reader kind of option.
Yeah, and then they'll have the regular one to read because they don't want to mess with the other ones. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I don't know.
I'm sure there's some. I mean, I know I probably have weird hobbies and collections.
I know. I'm trying to think of like remember when Tie Beanie Babies were like all the things?
Yeah, I
never
didn't
got.
get those
No, I know.
either.
Or like trading cards. Yeah.
I had teapots at one time.
Oh, we did have a lot of teapots, but not like I still wouldn't consider it a collection or anything like that.
It wasn't. I mean, it wasn't a massive quantity. I had like
I mean
8.
So again, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't judge somebody.
Could just be me. Yeah.
I judge people in my head. I wouldn't verbally judge somebody for doing this. I still love you if you're one of those people.
Pay no attention to my eyes.
Libraries are better than buying books. Actually, don't even know how I want it. Oh, let's see.
Ready?
That's a good response. .exe crashed. I'm a computer. I didn't know how to respond, so I crashed. Yeah, I can see both sides. I do agree. You should support your local library.
Nothing that our government gives us physical that we can walk out with. Right. This is the last bastion of...
You know that like at a lot of libraries now you can go in and you can rent like PlayStations.
Yes.
You can, at our local library,
videos.
You can get, they call it a culture pass, and you can actually get tickets to like the zoo and the conservatory.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you like rent it out, like you check it out like a book, and then you can go to like different places.
Does the zoo know the libraries do it?
I think they do. Obviously, when I started annotating, I started buying more books.
Yeah.
And I feel bad, but I still take my daughter to the library. Yeah. And when I go in, I always have at least 2 library books over on my little TBR cart. Then you think about like Libby, all of my audiobooks I get from the library.
That's where I go first for a book.
Support your local library. That's the moral of the story. Now we're moving on to hot takes about reading habits. Mood reading is better than sticking to a TBR. Ready?
Ready?
Mm-hmm. I feel like I agree. I said usually agree.
Personally.
You're a mood reader, right?
I am, yeah. If I've been reading too much of one genre, sometimes it'll bring me down and I'm like, I don't care what I'm supposed to read next. I can't.
I said I was going to add a whole like addendum and then I decided not to. I was like, I'll just use my words.
Annotate your answer.
Like I started thinking I am very much like a TBR person, but that's because choice paralysis, like I can't decide. But everything I own, the majority, not everything, but most of what I own, I want to read. I just have a TBR and then I mood read from that TBR. Like I try to diversify it.
Your TBR?
Yeah. I do worry though, like if somebody only mood reads, are they going to get like pigeonholed into one genre? You know what I mean? Like hopefully your mood takes you in other directions
changes,
too. Yeah. You diversify.
I don't know. When I think of the TBR, sometimes I think about being back in school.
Like then it's like
then it's an assignment.
Oh, got it.
I have to fulfill, and usually it doesn't matter how great it is if someone's expecting
you. No, if I don't have an idea at the beginning of the month, if I don't have it narrowed down to like a couple books to pick from, then I just wander around and go, I don't know what I'm gonna read. What do I read next? Like what do I try to get for, you know what I mean? Like I get very like,
where did you get that from? Because I am like
grandma. I don't know.
Indecisive?
No,
I don't think
not.
so.
It's not an indecision. It's like there's too much choice. When there's too much, it's like going to the Cheesecake Factory and you have to choose from the whole book of
you tell yourself this is not the last piece of cheesecake in the world, and tomorrow, if I really have to have a different kind of cheesecake, I can come back tomorrow.
I know that's kind of, but I also feel like if you invest so much time into
never
a book,
go bad.
Cheesecake goes bad. Similar vein. Oh, I wonder if you've ever even done one of these. Reading challenges make reading more fun. A bingo or a workplace reading challenge.
All right.
Okay.
We'll go with this.
You're open to it?
I'm open to it. I mean, to me, a book club kind of situation is sort of like a reading challenge because you pick your book. Now, I just said when I'm forced to read a book, I would think in a book club, everybody kind of has an opportunity.
Yeah, to chime in.
And
there's always somebody that doesn't finish it, too.
Why do you find the challenges fun?
I'm going to make fun of me. I know the books that I want to read, and then I get to sit and think about like, oh, what prompt would that book fit into, and what prompt would that book fit into? Depending on the reading challenge, it forces me to read outside my comfort zone sometimes.
Okay.
Like there's usually 1 or 2 prompts that it's like, oh, I'm really going to have to, I'm not going to be able to pull from my shelves, which is a good thing sometimes, you know, or it'll be like, read the book that's been on your shelves the longest. And it's like, oh yeah, I probably should try to read that book on my shelves that's been there. So to me, it doesn't feel like homework, you know?
No.
Yeah, some of them, I have a whole spreadsheet where I like put in when I got them, but there are some books that I don't know when I got. So I just consider those the ones that have been on my shelves the longest because I don't know when I got them.
Okay, so you have wait, you have a whole spreadsheet of all the books? Yeah. If you guys know of a good program, we could get her in.
Or if you want my spreadsheet, I'll tell you where I got it from.
That's probably what you'll get more demands for.
I didn't make it. I got it from another booktuber.
Oh, see? Okay, then never mind.
My people.
My bad.
Tracking every reading statistic takes the fun out of reading.
What kind of statistics
like
are we
talking? Like page
talking?
numbers, number of books you've read, genres, like data tracking in reading. Okay.
Okay.
Disagree. Data equals fun. I said disagree as long as you find one that works for you.
I like knowing I've read so many pages or so many books. Or so when somebody says, listening to a book is an audio. Hey, I've read 34 books this year.
Yeah, I think as long as you find a system that works for you. I like all the digital trackers. The people that basically do like the scrapbook version of reading journals, like that's not for me. And they do all kinds of coloring, like they color in a bar chart for every book they read. And it's all on paper. If that works for them, go for it.
As long as judgment.
Right.
The only people that are going to do that are going to enjoy doing it.
Right, exactly.
I can't imagine anybody that didn't enjoy it would feel like
it
they had to
wouldn't
do
look
it.
very good if they were like, oh my God, I hate doing this. Reading 20 books in a year is just as impressive as reading 100 books in a year. Ready? Agree, even if it's one book. I agree. If you get through one book, we'll take it. Sometimes when we talk about, like when we do our monthly wrap-ups and we say how many books we read for the month, you make a comment that makes you feel like you're don't judge how much you read in a month. Never compare yourself to somebody. I know you're not actually judging yourself.
I just know personally that like that one particular month I was like not reading a lot, but I go through ebbs and flows.
Everybody does. I don't compare myself to others and try not to, you know.
No, I think it's a good habit to have as far as entertainment, and you learn so much that you wouldn't normally run into in everyday life. I mean, even if you only read one book a year, say you start reading at the age of 8 and you live to 80, that's 70 books. 72 books. I can read, but I can't math.
These are related to character and story, so like things within a book, okay? Morally gray characters are more interesting than perfect heroes. You remember what morally gray is? Okay, that was one of our terms. These are going to be much more personal opinion. Okay. Ready? Strongly agree. It's more realistic. Highly agree.
Yeah.
I think they're more interesting to read about.
To me, it's just more realistic because honestly, there is not, even the real people in our world that we call heroes, there's nobody that I don't think that actually fits that. If you look at every minutia of their life, I mean, even George Washington was chopping trees down. Apple trees. Was that?
That's not, I mean, yes, but I don't
know
think
that
he
was
actually,
not.
it was a cherry tree.
But well, if it was a cherry tree, that's
I mean, we were just talking about Project Hail Mary and how he is a very realistic, I wouldn't even count him as morally gray. Usually I think anti-hero is morally gray, but you're right. There is nobody that is truly that self-sacrificing and doesn't have doubts and, you know, doesn't try to like get something out of it.
Yeah, and what's good in the big picture, what's good for what seems like heroic for one person is bad for another. You know, I live in a very rural area and have hit my second groundhog now. And I've learned to tell myself, I just fed the turkey vultures. They looked hungry.
There you go. That's a way to do it. I also think they're much more interesting to read about. I like the movies where you're rooting for the criminals.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
So. Okay. Ooh, a bad ending can ruin a great book. Ready? Agree. I said womp womp. What were you laughing at?
Because I was just thinking about the Bible. It's got a pretty bad ending to it.
Revelations? Is that where?
Yeah. I was going to write something about that, but
read everything except for Revelations.
Yes. And you won't have to worry about the end of the world.
Yeah, we had a discussion about this, about an ending, because we
like
with
the
Buffalo Hunter. Like,
yeah. That was a big book, and I did enjoy that book. And if I were to reread it, I would skip that
just
part.
ignore,
knowing now.
Normally, you'll have like a meh book with a bad ending, and then it's just like, oh yeah, that's the nail in the coffin. You don't usually have a really good book with a bad ending. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't feel like that is the one instance that I've come across that. I can't think of many. I'm sure there's others.
Message in a Bottle. I don't remember disliking the ending until I saw the movie, and the ending of the movie was way better than the book.
Okay.
I mean,
the book by itself.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the book. It was just, I didn't like the way it ended.
Okay. Characters are more important than plot.
Oh.
I know. What do you think?
Now let me think. Well, off the top of my head, this would be a good case study. Ready?
I said mildly disagree.
I think I kind of disagree.
Okay, elaborate.
I bet you could take the overall story with a good plot and change the characters.
Okay.
And still have a good story, but if you had a bunch of good characters doing a whole lot of nothing, then you don't have a good story.
Okay.
I guess I think the plot is probably more important, and I would be curious to find out if there is an author out there that has tested this.
Well, there are, because there's character-driven stories and there's plot-driven stories.
So what would you call a character-driven story?
So, I mean, they still have a plot.
Right.
They're not the ones that I tend to read. Like, I do tend to enjoy plot. However, if I don't care about the characters,
I guess
then I don't really I don't care about the plot
either. Let's pretend this never happened. That was more character-driven.
Those are nonfiction. Yeah, that's what memoir.
So you're talking about fiction.
So they always say like Robin Hobb is very character-driven. It takes like 3 books to get through the whole plot because it's all like slow and learning about the characters. But even like a lot of literary fiction where it's just a coming-of-age story where characters are figuring out who they are, kind of like The Outsiders. Or I've never read Pigman, but the way you described Pigman.
Thinking, no, that had a plot. I mean,
they still have a plot. It's more about like learning about the characters.
I'm thinking of like Pride and Prejudice, one of your favorites.
Yes.
You did read that.
I did.
Okay.
I didn't hate it.
I would call that sort of a character-driven story.
I mean, it had a plot, but it was more about her and her sisters. I need a plot.
Yeah,
in my
I need
stories.
a good plot.
Like when I read,
not gonna.
Yeah, like I read Vandermeer Annihilation. The movie was good. The book was I got no plot out of it.
I kind of feel like a story and a plot go hand in hand. I can't think of a single story that's fiction that's just all about a person.
Right. There are some out there that are, though. I just don't think that's what you and I tend to grab. Maybe we should try some.
I know, that's what I'm thinking.
We'll look for some character-driven stories, and then we'll both go, oh God, that was awful. No, 3 more. These are our last 3. These are the spiciest of the hot takes. Controversial, coming your way. Reading classics doesn't make someone a better reader. Are you doodling on there? What are you doing? Okay.
What'd you say?
I said strongly agree.
I agree as well.
What's that say?
I disagree with classics.
Oh, you do? No, I do too. They're not all there cracked up. Some of them are good.
Well, I think they were mostly determined to be classics because they were written for the common man. Mom is in a book club, and she told me they just read Catch-22.
Okay.
And she's like, it was awful.
I could see her hating that
book.
Yeah.
All of them hated it.
Yeah.
And so they went and they tried to watch the movie.
Oh, that was even worse. Why would they do that?
I know. Yeah, I think whatever determines the classics are... I don't agree.
And one day, all the books that we're reading will be considered classics too.
Right. Could be.
I think that there's some classics, quote unquote, that hold the test of time, but I think that could be true of any book.
I did spend a lot of time at one point going through all of the classics. Not all of the classics, obviously, but a lot. Honestly, none of them really stuck with me that I can think of. Very few of them really is like, oh, that's a good point, or that'll change my thinking forever. No, none of it. None of it. I couldn't even tell you what Great Expectations is about. I remember one of them, I had to look up all the dang buggies they kept talking about, the horses and coaches.
Like literally.
Yeah,
buggies.
they all had different name, her pannier and whatever. I know, and I'm like, what is he talking about? I know it's a buggy of some kind, but...
Interesting. I'm finding that sometimes if I read too many classics in a row or something, like I just get it. Like I could do one here and there. I want to reread Rebecca. I remember really liking Rebecca. I really liked reading The Count of Monte Cristo. Those are very, like, I know I want to read
There's
them.
a few of them in there that are good.
But that's true of any book, you know what I mean? But like some of the other ones that I keep trying to read, I'm like, stop being so racist. Like I get that it's a product of your time. Stop being so misogynistic. I was like, I don't need to like this now.
Yes,
just because
that's
somebody...
the thing. It was chosen. It's a bunch of books written by white wealthy men, mostly. I mean, I know there were a few women that snuck in there. Those were the good classics.
This one I like. Everyone has at least one popular book that they pretend to like. Do you want me to say it again?
No, I get it.
Okay. This is the last one. Oh, gosh. Markers are intense.
Because you're never going to be able to open that.
I know, I guess not.
Again.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you agreed with that. I almost agreed with it.
To an extent, I agree with it, but I do think that there are people out there that don't give a flying floof and will say their opinion no matter what. I'm one of them. There are a lot of like booktube darlings that I'm like, nope, didn't like it. Sorry.
I was thinking more in terms of the classics that we were just talking about, where I think there are possibly some people that like to
say they like it,
be a little pompous, and they probably haven't even read it or whatever.
Yeah, or they read it in high school.
Yeah, or they read it a long time ago and they act like it was a life-changing book or whatever.
Yeah. I'm even cautious when I talk about The Catcher in the Rye. Like, I read The Catcher in the Rye in high school, and then I reread it in college and say, like, I really liked it, but I do wonder if I read it now, I would still like it.
I've been planning on rereading some of my faves from long ago to see if they still do the same thing for me.
Oh, that could be like an experiment.
Yeah.
Well,
I guess
we weren't very
mostly
disagreeing.
agree with each other.
We do. That's why we get along so well.
Yeah.
So we mostly agreed with each other, but what about you? Did you agree with any of our bookish hot takes, or did you strongly disagree with any of our bookish hot takes? Leave your opinions in the comments. Or if you're feeling shy and you just want to let us know you were here, why don't you leave us a little pepper for the hot, a little pepper emoji.
Oh, I like that.
Like a little, because they were hot takes.
You're sure that's what the emoji means?
Well, probably not. It probably means
unless
other
there's
spicy.
some secret.
Maybe a flame emoji. How's that? There's a flame.
That probably means
even
something
worse.
worse.
Okay, leave us a school appropriate emoji.
Just leave us like a vegetable, like an eggplant,
or a peach or something like that. No.
We really appreciated you hanging out with us today. So if you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe.
And we'll see you in the next one. Until then,
happy reading.